Google's Gemini woes are now costing the company billions of dollars in market cap. Welcome back to the AI Breakdown Brief, all the AI headline news you need in around 5 minutes. We have, of course, here been following the story of Google's Gemini and the reaction to it presenting historically inaccurate images in the name of diversity and all of the debate that has kicked up. I've done multiple full shows about it, in fact, because I think it reflects both an interesting culture war issue that we're experiencing in America right now, as well as long-term insecurities about AI and questions of how ownership of key infrastructure like LLMs will shape the ability to control narratives in the future. Well, whatever you think of all those questions, Wall Street is increasingly weighing in on what it thinks about the debacle, and it is not good. As Bloomberg and others have reported, Alphabet shares have fell yesterday as much as 4.5%, wiping off between $70 and $100 billion worth of market cap from Google. Now, part of this is the particulars of Gemini, but part of it is a larger question that was lurking pretty much throughout last year, which is how Google, from arguably the pole position, had surrendered their lead to an upstart like OpenAI when it came to this unbelievably significant technology transformation. There were growing questions about why Google was so far behind that Gemini was, of course, supposed to answer. The fact that not only did Gemini not cleanly answer those things, but that it has been mired in this controversy for the past 2 weeks is not just leading to accusations of woke or liberal culture at Google, although for some that's the key story, but more broadly for the markets, it seems to have just perpetuated a concern that Google is just not operating at the top of its game. From the Bloomberg piece, problems with AI tools may fuel the perception that Google is, quote, an unreliable source for AI and create an opening for competitors, Melius research analyst Ben Reitzes warned in a research note. Said Reitzes, "We have been arguing that search behavior is about to change with new AI-infused features. This once-in-a-generation change by itself creates opportunities for competitors, but even more if a meaningful portion of users grow concerned about Google's hallucinations and bias." Now, the critique has gotten so loud that it's starting to focus on the CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai. The Information writes, several prominent voices, including Altimeter Capital's Brad Gertzner and industry analyst Ben Thompson, also took aim at CEO Sundar Pichai, questioning his leadership of the company. And whether it's his fault or not, the stock score does not tell a good story. Google is down 0.4% on the year, while the broader NASDAQ 100 is up 8.4%, and of course many AI stocks are up significantly more than that. Prominent AI builder on X Levels.io says, Sundar will be fired or quit in the next few months, I think. No other way out of this. Biggest opportunity in tech since the internet, and he managed to completely waste it while being in the best position. Google invented transformers and had all the data crawled already. This opinion is shared by Helios Capital founder Samir Arora, who said, my guess is he will be fired or resign, as he should. After being in the lead on AI, he has completely failed on this and let others take over. Now, Google is not the only company where market activists are upset around questions of AI strategy. Disney shareholder Blackwell's Capital is an activist investor that's pushing for board seats at the company. Reuters describes Blackwell's overarching position as this. While it has largely backed CEO Bob Iger's leadership of one of the world's largest entertainment companies, Blackwell's has recently laid out potential changes, including a possible breakup and spinning off its park and hotel assets into a real estate investment trust. However, the thing that's making news right now came from a presentation that was published on Monday, which led, Disney must produce an artificial intelligence strategy and share elements of that strategy with its shareholders. Blackwell said that since 2023, the largest tech companies have added more than $5.2 trillion to their cumulative market value after announcing major AI initiatives, and argues that an AI strategy could increase Disney's stock price by as much as 129%. So far, we haven't heard all that much from Disney around this, other than the fact that last year they formed an AI task force to study AI and figure out how it could be applied across the company. Obviously, what's notable about this for our purposes is not so much the details of Disney, but the fact that activist investors are now demanding AI strategies. Overall, though, the market remains mixed on how real AI is. Apollo billionaire Mark Rowan, for example, has called AI a bubble worse than the dot-com era, but JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon is taking the opposite side of that. In an interview, he recently said, "This is not hype, this is real. When we had the internet bubble the first time around, that was hype. This is not hype, it's real. People are deploying it at different speeds, but it will handle a tremendous amount of stuff." Now, keep in mind that Jamie Dimon is not a techno-optimist by nature. Anyone who's paid attention to his relationship with Bitcoin and crypto more broadly will tell you that. Following up on another story that we covered, the news that open source leader Mistral is partnering with Microsoft has started to seep deeper into the community and is starting to get a little bit more critique. Luca Bertuzzi writes, "This is a mind-blowing announcement. Mistral AI, the French company that has been fighting tooth and nail to water down the AI Act's foundation model rules, is partnering up with Microsoft. So much for giving us a fighting chance against big tech. The first question that comes to mind is, was this deal in the making while the AI Act was being negotiated? That would mean Mistral discussed selling a minority stake to Microsoft while playing the European champion card with the EU and French institutions. If so, this whole thing might be a masterclass in astroturfing, and it seems unrealistic for a partnership like this to be finalized in less than a month. Many people involved in the AI Act noted how big tech's lobbying on GPAI suddenly went quiet towards the end. That is because they did not need to intervene since Mistral was doing the dirty work for them. Remarkably, Mistral's talking points were extremely similar to those of big tech rather than those of a small AI startup based on their ambition to reach that scale. The other question is how much the French government knew about this upcoming partnership with Microsoft. It seems unlikely Paris was kept completely in the dark, but cozying up with big tech does not really sit well with France's strive for strategic autonomy, especially since the agreement includes making Mistral's large language model available on Microsoft's Azure AI platform, while France has been pushing for an EU cybersecurity scheme to exclude American hyperscalers from the European market. In other words, Mistral is no longer just a European leader and is backtracking on its much-celebrated open-source approach. Where does this leave the startup vis-a-vis EU policymakers as the AI Act's enforcement approaches? My guess is someone will inevitably feel played. Apparently, in addition to journalists on Twitter, this deal with Mistral is also facing broader governmental security. Writes Reuters, Microsoft's deal with French tech startup Mistral AI has provoked outcry in the European Union, with lawmakers demanding an investigation into what they see as a concentration of power by the tech giant. Antitrust authorities are already looking at Microsoft's partnership with ChatGPT maker OpenAI, with the European Commission earlier warning the company's relationship could be in breach of EU competition rules. The piece goes on, alongside Germany and Italy, France also pushed for exemptions for companies making generative AI models to protect European startups such as Mistral from overregulation. Said Kim Van Sparentek, an MEP who worked closely on the AI Act, that story seems to have been a front for American-influenced big tech lobby. The act almost collapsed under the guise of no rules for European champions, and now look. European regulators have been played. I don't think that'll be the last of what we hear about this particular deal. Now, given that all the focus was on Mistral yesterday, many missed that Microsoft had also announced their AI access principles, what they call their commitments to promote innovation and competition in the new AI economy. This was published under President Brad Smith's name on their main blog, and was announced in coordination with their appearance at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. Now, as we've seen recently, in addition to the Mistral deal, Microsoft has also been making major investments in European infrastructure around data, announcing deals in Spain and Germany, and so clearly is gearing up for questions from European governmental stakeholders. Meanwhile, Meta is spending time in a different part of the world, with Reuters reporting that Mark Zuckerberg has met the Japanese Prime Minister in Tokyo to discuss, you guessed it, artificial intelligence. Now, we didn't hear much about what the duo talked about, with Zuckerberg simply saying we had a good, productive conversation about AI and the future of technology. Bloomberg also reports that a Japanese-backed research group developing semiconductors is going to partner with US startup Tenstorrent to design its first advanced AI chip. Tenstorrent is led by Apple and Tesla veteran Jim Keller, and this is part of a larger $67 billion initiative for Japan to, as Bloomberg puts it, reclaim a central role in the semiconductor industry. You might notice that many countries are talking about that right now, given how significant this industry is to the future shape of the world. Lots of interesting things going on all around the world when it comes to AI, but that will do it for today's AI Breakdown Brief. Next up, the main AI Breakdown.